Months of wild speculation about the future of Red Bull racing are finally at an end. And the shock. It does not involve Christian Horner. For weeks now, the question on everyone's lips has been, would Max Verstappen stay at Red Bull, especially given the team's spectacular decline over the past 18 months? It was no secret that if the four-time world champion were to leave, Horner's position could be at risk. Yet, in an unexpected move, Red Bull didn't wait. They made the decision to part ways with their only-ever team principal, after 400-plus Grand Prix in charge. On Wednesday morning, Horner delivered a speech at the Red Bull factory that left team members visibly shaken. Today, we're diving into that brutal farewell speech, the fallout from it, and what's next for Red Bull Racing. So, don't go anywhere. A final goodbye in case you've been living under a rock for the last 2 days. Here's the big update. Christian Horner has been removed from his role as team principal and CEO of Red Bull Racing. At 51 years old, Horner had led the team since its inception in 2005, guiding them to 8 drivers' championships and 6 constructors' titles. In this time, he led an unbelievable 405 Grands Prix, winning 124. For comparison, Ferrari, during the same period of time, managed just 65 race wins and 2 constructors and 1 driver's titles. And keep in mind, Horner did all this with a team that started as nothing more than an energy drink company. Hardly the kind of powerhouse you'd expect to dominate the motorsport world. But now, after months of internal conflict and Red Bull's declining performance, Horner's reign has come to an end. It follows a series of high-level departures, including sporting director Jonathan Wheatley and iconic designer Adrian Newey. Newey's exit was triggered by another huge crisis: sexual harassment allegations within the team, a scandal that would place any boss under enormous pressure. And then, of course, there is the danger of Max Verstappen's departure, something that by the day grows more probable. All these issues, along with the change of management at Red Bull after the death of Dietrich Mateschitz, have slowly but surely eroded Horner's standing. The writing was on the wall, especially after the Austria-based board of directors had reportedly wanted to see the back of him following the harassment allegations. While the team's major owners publicly backed him, it was clear that things had changed in the background. As Red Bull's form plummeted, Horner's position grew increasingly untenable. In fact, we predicted his exit on this site last week. For Horner, though, the damage of the past 18 months was simply too much to come back from. Next year promises to be a game-changer for Red Bull, as they'll finally be making their own engines, a long-standing ambition of Horner's. Although his mid-season sacking might be unexpected, the new team principal will need time to settle in and make any alterations necessary prior to next season's start. Waiting until the winter break would have only made the job more challenging for them. And, since there is no title fight left for Red Bull this year, a mid-season changeover will not get in the way of any championship aspirations. Horner was sacked on Tuesday. The next day, he delivered a farewell speech at Red Bull's factory in Milton Keynes, addressing the team he had built over the last 2 decades. The speech was filmed by an employee and quickly went viral. Horner told the gathered employees, "Yesterday, I was informed by Red Bull that, operationally, I'll no longer be involved with the business or the team moving forward. I'll still work for the company, but operationally, the baton will be passed on." As you can imagine, that resonated with Horner. But what I've been able to do is to think through in the last 12 hours or so. And I wanted to appear in front of all of you to deliver this news and just say thank you to each and every member of the team that has given so much throughout the period of the last 20.5 years that I've been here. When I arrived 20 years ago with a few fewer gray hairs, I joined the team. I didn't know what to expect, but I was made welcome immediately. And from 2 rundown buildings turned into a powerhouse in Formula One. To watch and be part of this team has been the highest privilege of my life. From the manner in which he spoke and what he uttered, the truth is that it was a tremendous shock to him. It was something he was expecting, or at least saw internally. But it seems to have come from nowhere. Having been in charge at Red Bull Racing for 20 years, to lose his job with no notice must have hit him hard, and the emotion of the moment was evident as he spoke. Although he does mention that he's still working for the team, he's been taken out of his position, and that might have been the final time he'd walked into the factory. It was definitely the final time as a boss, anyway. Why Red Bull are retaining him because it's contractually simpler for them or if they've got alternative strategies for him is unknown at this time. As abrupt as his sacking was, it is difficult to believe that Red Bull did this because they wish him to fill another role. This does not feel like a sideways step, but very much a sacking. Craig Slater, reporting from the Red Bull factory for Sky Sports on Wednesday, as workers headed home for the day and he interviewed them, revealed the mood within the team. While none would speak on record about what had happened during the day, they did indicate that they were surprised and displeased at the decision. With the success the team have been having, and considering that they are one of only 3 teams to have won a race this season, the shock is understandable. Writing on Instagram on Wednesday, he said, "It was with a heavy heart he had to say goodbye. adding it had been an honor to be at the helm of this epic team. It's been an honor to be part of this incredible era of motorsport. I leave with immense pride in what we've achieved and also with what's in the pipeline for 2026, he added. Reigning world champion Max Verstappen praised Horner on social media saying, "For my first win to 4 world championships, we've shared huge success, winning classic races and breaking countless records," Verstappen said. What next for Red Bull? With Horner gone, Red Bull now have to turn their attention to the future. But before I get to that, if you're enjoying the video and would like to see more news and analysis of this F1 season, then please like the video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much. So, the shock departure of Christian Horner as Red Bull Racing CEO and Formula One team principal has been followed by the exit of 2 other senior people. Group Chief Marketing and Commercial Officer Oliver Hughes and Group Director of Communications Paul Smith have also been made redundant. Both were promoted internally by her in recent years, moving their functions to the Red Bull factory. The ousting of the 2 senior personnel who have been appointed at the top of their respective teams by her shows that Red Bull's Austrian parent firm wants to disentangle how Horner centralized functions at Milton Keynes and install its own personnel at the helm of the respective departments. Since Matasha's death, the Austrian baseboard has been seeking to gain greater control of the team, while Horner has been seeking to centralize power in his base at Milton Keynes. This move clearly shows that ambition. To go along with this power grab by the board, there is to be a new team principal. Red Bull confirmed the replacement of Lauren Mecchi as Chief Executive Officer and Team Principal, moving up from the junior team Racing Balls where Alan Perrine will now take over. The board of directors probably believe that with a new team principal of their own choosing, they'll have more control over the decisions that the team makes. Haas was mostly outside of their control, but Mecchi's will not enjoy the same freedom. Earlier in the video, I compared Horner's success to that of Ferrari during the same period. And here, another parallel between the teams can be drawn. Ferrari are a team who have a team principal who just deals with the day-to-day, but they also have their board of directors who are very much involved with the team. 2 years after Horner had joined Red Bull, Michael Schumacher retired from Ferrari, and the team that had been built around him started to move on. Jean Todt was permitted to run the team as he saw fit during the period, and it was a highly successful era for the scooter. But since he left, the board has meddled too much and performance has drastically suffered. With the direction things are heading at Red Bull, it would be no surprise to see the team go down the route Ferrari have taken over the past 20 years. If it does, it will be a shame to see the demise of what has been a great addition to the F1 grid over the past 20 years. What do you guys think of Horner sacking? Is Red Bull's future as bleak as it appears? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. And until then, drive safely and goodbye for now.